What's going on, everyone? It's Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media. For days, it seemed like the Jaguars and Patriots were the only real teams in on the Calvin Ridley sweepstakes. It was reported that there might have been a dark horse, but most reports indicated that it was the Patriots and the Jaguars at the front of the race. Well, it turned out that there in fact was a dark horse, as Calvin Ridley has officially signed a 4-year, $92 million deal with the Tennessee Titans, marking the second time in as many seasons that the Patriots lose out on a big-name wide receiver to Tennessee. Now, this will understandably not be great news for Pats fans, as Calvin Ridley was the only wide receiver on the market who seemed like he could be a competent wide receiver one, whether that was a middle tier or lower tier version of that type of role. Now, according to Josina Anderson, the Patriots are going to pivot to the draft in an effort to weaponize their offense. I still do think there's a possibility that they scour the trade market for somebody like a Brandon Ayuk or T. Higgins if they become available. And frankly, I would feel pretty uncomfortable if New England went into this season without a veteran who they could rely on to be a consistent presence, either at the X role or as an above average Z type who could rotate with Kendrick Bourne while he either lined up in the slot or maybe at the X position himself, although that is not where he's best suited. But again, moving on to the draft, there are a lot of weapons this year that the Patriots could potentially add to their arsenal to add the explosiveness the team has desperately lacked. In the early rounds, obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. is at the top of the list, but with Drake May and Jaden Daniels being firmly at the top of this quarterback class along with Caleb Williams, I just can't see the Patriots spending such a valuable pick on a wide receiver like a Harrison, a Rome Odunze, or Malik Neighbors with so many other holes on their roster as well. Looking to the draft, if the Patriots were to take somebody in more of the second round range, I would look at somebody like an A.D. Mitchell out of Texas, a Ladd McConkey out of Georgia, or maybe even an Xavier Legette out of South Carolina. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm a huge fan of Xavier Legette, as he's someone who offers size, explosiveness, and while he isn't the best route runner or most fluid, he snaps off routes really quickly, and he does a great job attacking blind spots and making sure the defenders can't keep their hands on him. I'd also like a Ricky Pearsall from Florida, as he's someone who can line up all over the formation, has shown the ability to make some insane catches, and offers a bit more explosiveness than guys that they'll find later on in the draft, along with good size. Looking to the third round, I'd be interested in USC's Brendan Rice as an X-type who can also line up at Z or the slot to offer more size at those positions. He's someone who I think is really physical in his routes, has great hands, and just enough speed to threaten defenses vertically. I also like Javon Baker. Again, he's kind of like an Xavier Legette where he's not the best route runner, but he understands how to get open, has great hands and a big catch radius, and offers a bit of explosiveness after the catch. So I want Patriots fans to understand that while it is bleak that they won't have that guaranteed wide receiver one, or at least that's not how it's forecasted right now, there's enough talent in the draft that they can still find pieces to weaponize their offense and add the explosiveness that New England's been lacking for quite some time.
Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. Use the code CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.